If you're struggling to get a good night's sleep, this turkey burger is for you. Today, we're going to be making a beautiful grilled turkey burger, but not the way you might think. I'm actually taking everything you love about a meatball and turning it into a burger. First up are the portobello mushrooms. I love putting these on the grill. They're so beefy. But before we grill them, we need to remove the stem and the gills. Use a spoon. It takes a minute, but makes all the difference in the world texture-wise. Then we're going to marinate them by tossing them in a Ziploc bag with some garlic and some shallots, some fresh thyme, and a shit ton of balsamic vinegar. Marinate them for as long as you can, but a couple hours will do the trick. Next up, it's time for our kiwi salsa. To peel these little fuckers, cut the ends off of each side and run your knife from top to bottom, getting rid of the furry skin. It takes a little bit of knife work, but don't freak out, it's fine. Then cut them in half and then cut the half in half and get rid of that little white core. Now you can eat that white core, but it's more fibrous than I'd prefer. Once you remove the core, then slice them and chop them. Remember, this is the base of your salsa, so the pieces need to be small enough to fit on a burger and in your pie hole. To the salsa, I'm going to add some garlic and shallot and the good parts of an orange. I'm going to peel this the same way I did with the kiwis by cutting the ends off and peeling it from top to bottom. I'm going to remove the tasty bits but leave the membrane, as that is not as appetizing. And I'm going to add in some fresh parsley and cilantro. Both of these will really brighten up the salsa. Then I'm going to add the zest and juice of an orange and a lime. A good pinch or two of salt, and a good squeeze of honey, and then a mixy mix. Pro tip, this salsa is ridiculous with salty tortilla chips and fresh margaritas. Not that I know, but I know. Now we're going to make the meatball burger. To make the burger, I'm using 93.7 ground turkey breast. And as one of the binders, I'm using ground steel-cut oats, which is a slow digesting carbohydrate that will help with the concept of sleep that we are working towards with this meal. I'll also add in 1 egg lightly beaten, and I'm going to grate in some shallot and garlic, and don't you dare forget the Parmesan cheese. To top it all off, I'll throw in some fresh thyme and parsley and a good pinch of salt. Then it's time to go in with the old meat hooks and mix away, but be careful not to overmix. Then shape them into something that resembles a burger patty, and on the grill we go. Just kidding, spoke too soon. Before we go on the grill, I need to remove the mushrooms from the marinade, pat them dry, and then season them well on both sides with olive oil and salt. And then it's off to the grill. And much like Lebowski's rug, these brioche buns are going to tie the whole thing together. Beautiful char on the mushrooms and on the turkey burgers in around 10 to 12 minutes on the grill. Now to plate this, I'm going to add some balsamic glaze to the mushrooms, and then I'm going to put some Dijon on the bottom of the bun. The turkey burgers are delicious, and the zingy zangy salsa and portobello mushrooms go perfectly with it. And here it is, the grilled turkey meatball burger with a beautiful kiwi salsa and grilled portobello mushrooms. This entire recipe is all about getting a better sleep, helping you relax and unwind and have a restorative night's rest. If you like this recipe, subscribe to the channel. And if you're serious about eating for longevity,
consider my 10 recipe cookbook available in the description called Let the Food Do the Work. And if you don't know where to start in the kitchen, then grab my free Kitchen Day One guide, also available in the notes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Today is all about soothing inflammation with food. Today we're making a dynamite anti-inflammatory meal. We're starting off with grilled pork and pineapple skewers. We're pairing with that a beautiful quinoa and date salad with some avocado mixed in. And to top it all off, we're going with a pistachio chimichurri sauce. This is can't miss when it comes to soothing your inflammation with food. Pork is one of my favorite and often underutilized proteins to throw on the grill or put in the oven. So today I'm taking some beautiful thick cut boneless chops and I'm gonna break them down, I know, don't cry, into bite-sized pieces for skewers. And I'm going to mix with them some olive oil to season it, some salt, and then two surprises, Chinese 5-spice and cumin. I think those two work wonderfully together, and I'm just doing a little bit. A little goes a long way here. So just enough where it becomes fragrant, and you can tell that there's some seasoning coating the protein. For the pineapple, we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to break it down, a little olive oil, a little salt, and throw it on the skewers and hit the grill.
Pineapple can help reduce inflammation because of its enzyme bromelain, which can help prevent white blood cells from gathering at the source of inflammation. Once it's time for the grill, we're going to skewer them up, and for the pork, I try to leave a little separation between each piece of meat to allow for even heat distribution and even cooking. I'm going to cook these over medium-high heat, and I'm looking for an internal temperature of around 145 to 150 degrees. For pork, you can cook it medium. However, some people get a little squeamish if they see pink when they cut open their pork chop. For the pineapple, I'm going to cook them until soft and charred.
Quinoa is one of my favorite things to make. I've been making it for almost 20 years, and I know grains sometimes get a bad rap with inflammation. I really like quinoa here because it's the only grain that is a complete source of protein, meaning having all of the essential and non-essential amino acids. To help amp it up even further, I'm cooking it in chicken bone broth. I'm using a ratio of 1 cup quinoa to 1 3/4 cup chicken bone broth. I'm adding dates and avocado to the quinoa, and with the natural nuttiness from the quinoa, the three just work in perfect harmony. I'll adjust the seasoning and add some lemon juice as needed. Now, really for my favorite part of this whole recipe is the pistachio chimichurri. There's a million versions of chimichurri, and I found that I like mine on the chunky side with pistachios and a little bit of honey to sweeten it. I think it is just dynamite and can go with anything. You can throw this on the protein and the fruit like we're doing today. You can mix it with the quinoa salad. You can put it on eggs. It's a really versatile sauce, and it's got tons of fresh herbs, which is awesome for anti-aging, for anti-inflammation, for just general health.
Because I'm using roasted and salted pistachios, I'm actually going to wait to add the salt to the chimichurri until I blend it and then give it a taste. This way I'll know how much salt I need to add as opposed to adding it on the front end. If you'd like the sauce to be a little thinner, you can add some more citrus juice. Just keep in mind that with the pistachios being high in fat, this is going to run a little on the THICC thick side.
Now it looks like we have a lot going on, and we do, but this whole dinner can come together in about 40 minutes, so it can be easily done during the weeknight, or you can double the recipe and serve a crowd on the weekend.
To complete this anti-inflammatory jackpot of a meal, I'm going to start by adding the quinoa salad to serve family style. For the pork and pineapple, I'm simply going to take them off the skewers. 4 ounces of pork will roughly run you 200 calories and about 25 grams of protein. That, coupled with the quinoa, will give you a solid meal from a macro perspective. Both can be higher in calories, however, so proceed with some caution.
All right, thank you so much for watching this week, which was all about anti-inflammation, soothing our inflammation with food. If you like what you saw here, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you're serious about eating for longevity, then you need to check out my 10 recipe cookbook, Let the Food Do the Work. Each recipe is based on a certain aspect of our life to help us improve that through food, such as better eyesight, better sleep, more energy, lower cholesterol, and more. And if you don't know where to start in the kitchen, then you need to grab my Kitchen Day One guide. It's free and it's also in the description note. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week on Bricks and Mortar Food.
Feeling sick? Eat this vitamin-packed grilled salad to pull you back to the light side. Today we're making one of my all-time favorite salads, a grilled romaine salad paired with beautifully grilled shrimp. All of it is tossed in an orange avocado vinaigrette with plenty of fresh vegetables. A couple of bites of this and you'll be feeling like your old self in no time. For the shrimp, I'm using 1620 peeled and deveined shrimp. 1620 refers to the amount of shrimp per pound on average. I give them a quick peel and season with salt and the smoky honey habanero spice mixture from Spiceology. This stuff is seriously awesome. I love shrimp as a great protein change up from the usual chicken or beef. It's especially awesome in the warmer months, and remember, protein is vital to feeling better if you've been sick. Once I have them seasoned up, it's off to the grill, and we're gonna grill them for about only 2 to 5 minutes total, flipping about halfway through. Shrimp is actually intended to be cooked medium, but I get that could be a little dicey, so medium well will do the trick. My favorite part of this salad, the romaine. During my first culinary position at a country club, we had a grilled romaine salad on the menu. Although it's different from what we do here, I always thought that idea was such a cool concept, and every chance I get to make it, I just have so much fun with it. Just look at how beautifully charred that is. And the romaine is helpful in boosting immunity because of the vitamins A and K and antioxidants. Now for the dressing. My secret weapon for creamy dressing is avocado. Combine that with some fresh orange and lime zest, the usual suspects of shallot and garlic, Dijon as our emulsifier, and honey as our sweetener. Just a tiny bit of fresh mint and fresh cilantro to brighten it up, and about 8 ounces of pulp-free orange juice, which, as we all know, helps us overcome feeling sick because of the vitamin C. Now, don't forget to season your dressing well. Add a little extra virgin olive oil and buzz it up in a blender or use an immersion blender like I am here. It should hold the back of a spoon, which the French call nappe. Now for the veggies. You can really add whatever sounds good to you, but since this salad is all about helping us recover from being sick, we're going to go with fruit and veggies that are hydrating and full of vitamins. Fresh citrus, cucumber, and tomatoes pull serious weight here to help us feeling better. Tomatoes have a surprising amount of vitamin C, which again helps us with our immune system. Cucumbers are high in antioxidants, which help protect ourselves from damage caused by free radicals. And the juice from limes may help prevent some infections. I even toasted up some homemade croutons for a little crunch, which is a must for me. This is some day-old brioche that I seasoned with olive oil and salt and roasted in a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes. When it's time to assemble, I went a little chefy here, but one thing I want you to remember is to dress your salad appropriately. Think 1 to 2 tablespoons for a single salad serving. You'll know if it's overdressed because it's going to be swimming in dressing. It should be lightly and evenly coated. Looking at the final plate here, I just love how much these colors pop. It is so awesome to see bright green romaine, the bright orange from the citrus and veggies, and a wonderful creamy avocado dressing. This salad is all about helping us feel better, and I promise you it will do the trick. My main focus is cooking for longevity. If you haven't checked out my Instagram page at Bricks and Mortar Food, stop on by. Each week, I focus on a different longevity topic with daily posts that educate on food, offer recipes, and provide ways to stack ingredients to maximize the health benefits. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing for weekly longevity-focused recipes. And if you're serious about your health, consider my 10 recipe cookbook, which is linked in the description. And if you don't know where to start in the kitchen, I also have a free Kitchen Day One guide to get your pantry in fighting shape. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week on Bricks and Mortar Food.